Yo, what is up everyone? I'm Carlos and we're Emelet Sauce, and welcome to our second part of our My Hero Academia / Marvel What If series, but mainly My Hero Academia. What if Deku had the Venom Symbiote? But before we begin, thank you all for the support on the last video. It did really well, and we appreciate all the support, and also, we are starting the year off strong. I thought we are just gonna get one video out, to be honest. But the fact that all the videos that we posted so far were really well received, thank you. That's really all we could say, to be honest, but we actually mean it. But we also do plan continuing all these series that we started. And we also plan on continuing similar or even starting new what ifs like this one, like what if Deku had the Venom symbiote, stuff like that, like combining two different series together. Maybe putting a character in another universe that isn't, Goku. But yeah, that's all I have to say for now. So let's get on with the second part of the My Hero Academia / Marvel What If series. What if Deku had the Venom symbiote? Deku gets ready and the entire class heads outside to the training grounds as Venom is ready to dunk on all these kids. Aizawa then explains what they will be doing today as he begins to talk about the training exercises. He then states that whoever scores the lowest will get expelled. The class gets nervous and begins to complain, saying that he can't do that, while Deku keeps his composure as Venom clarifies that he won't let that happen and they'll easily pass the exam. Aizawa calls out Deku to come forward, saying that he finished in first place in the entrance exam. He wants him to throw the ball first, using his quirk to see where he currently stands. Deku says alright as he grabs the ball as he stands ready to throw it. Black tentacles start to form around his arm as Midoriya throws the ball. The ball shoots into space as Venom says hell yeah as Aizawa and the rest of the class stand there in complete shock, especially Bakugo, as he goes from a shocked expression to pissed in a matter of seconds and charges at Deku while Deku is looking away. Deku stands there in amazement as Venom celebrates, but then Venom takes control of Deku's body briefly and leaps backwards as he does a backflip to avoid Bakugo, who was charging at him at blasting. Deku lands facing his back towards Bakugo as Aizawa captures Bakugo with his capture tape. Uraka congratulates Deku as she's amazed that he even had such strength to throw the ball into space. Deku nervously says thank you, but Venom pushes Deku forward and tries to force him to make a move. Deku gets nervous as he is much closer to Uraka and turns completely red, starting on his own words. Venom is disappointed. The rest of the exam goes the same, with just Deku and Venom, but mostly Venom, completely obliterating each test. After the end, Aizawa shows the scores, but the difference being that Deku is in first place, with everyone else being the same place just 1 point down. Everyone in the class is amazed at Deku's power as they give him endless praise as Venom says they love us. The day continues as Deku, Uraka, and Ida walk home. Venom in Deku's head says I really don't like this Ida fellow, as he says he's getting in your way with Uraka. Venom asks if he can eat him. Deku refuses the idea out loud, and both Ida and Uraka ask what was that about, as Deku says it was nothing. Deku heads home as he arrives and heads to bed, but then Venom has other plans for tonight. Deku starts feeling like he's moving, but thinks it's just a dream, until he opens his eyes to see that he's on top of Might Tower. Deku starts to freak out, but Venom tells him to not worry, as Venom is in his true form. Deku continues to freak out as he's screaming at Venom, asking why they're on top of Might Tower. Venom answers, saying he just wants a good view of the city. Deku demands Venom for them to go back to his house, as his mom will freak out if she found out they were gone. But Venom catches the smell of something familiar. Then they both hear a familiar voice as they turn around to see a familiar face. The person asks, "What are you doing here, creature?" As the voice is revealed to both Deku and Venom to be none other than the #1 pro hero, All Might. Deku's in complete shock, and Venom says to himself, "So that's why they call it Might Tower, huh?" Deku tells Venom that they need to leave right now, and Venom agrees as they begin to leave. But All Might latches onto Venom's shoulder, saying that he isn't going anywhere. Venom looks at All Might as he says to himself that he's always wanted to do this ever since he encountered him. Deku's concerned and asks Venom what he's talking about, but Venom doesn't respond, as he clenches his fist and punches All Might square in the face. All Might steps back as he states that Venom is pretty strong. Deku is so shocked to the point that he's about to pass out as he screams at Venom, asking what he even is doing by punching All Might out of all people. Venom doesn't pay attention to Deku, as he's actually getting excited and is ready to go again, as he clenches his fist once more and goes in for another punch. Venom lands the hit, making All Might bleed a little. All Might wipes the blood off his face as he gets prepared to attack, as he lands a punch on Venom's stomach. But Venom isn't fazed as much by it, as he's much stronger than All Might during this time. All Might throws a second punch, but Venom catches it with ease, as both Venom and Deku see visions. All Might is shocked that Venom is this strong, and asks who he is. Venom stands firm as he answers All Might, saying, "I am nothing but a mere symbiote who's just in for the ride." Then Venom walks closer to All Might as he says, "But you can call us Venom." All Might asks, "So what, are you a villain?" And Venom says, "Well, you're lucky my host isn't." All Might asks Venom what he means, and Venom says that they are alike in some ways. Venom is about to leave as he turns to All Might, saying, "You should get your stomach problem checked out, 8th user." As Venom leaps away, All Might leaps up the building too and chases Venom. Venom sees this and laughs, saying that All Might could never catch him. All Might begins to slow down as his time is almost up and begins to transform into his normal state. All Might stands there in shock on how the creature knew about his secret as he holds his injury that is in immense pain. Venom sees this but keeps going, but Deku tells Venom to stop and to go back and apologize. Venom agrees and goes back as he appears in front of All Might and apologizes for hitting him. All Might brushes it off and asks Venom how he knew about his secret. Venom explains that back when he caught All Might's fist, he bonded with him long enough to see his memories and experience visions about the secret of One For All and his past. All Might shows a shocked expression and asks who is his host, as Venom asks Midoriya if it's alright to show himself. Inside, Midoriya is shocked about what he learned about All Might. He then tells Venom that he can show him the truth, as it's only fair to do so. All Might then sees that it's Midoriya, as he is shocked, saying that he is the student that got the top score in UA when he met him under the bridge. Midoriya apologizes for attacking All Might, and says that it was all Venom's doing, as Venom uses a tentacle to stab Midoriya's head, saying, "Thanks for ratting me out." All Might then tells Midoriya the entire story of One For All, and why he became the teacher at UA, since he is trying to find a successor to wield his power. Venom then quickly states that they could take it, as Midoriya tries to shut him up. All Might considers it, since Venom alone is already much stronger than All Might, and giving him more power could be a good idea, since currently he seems like he doesn't have any ill intention. Midoriya is thinking that he remembers when Venom healed him back when he got hurt during the entrance exam. Midoriya asks Venom if he could heal any wounds, as Venom confirms his suspicions. Midoriya would say that Venom could heal your wounds to All Might, which would leave him in shock, as he also mumbled the weakness of Venom. Venom screamed no, since he still wanted the power of One For All, but Midoriya said it's the right thing to do, and it can give them more time if All Might does want to give One For All to them. All Might really asks if that is possible, as Venom sighs and says he can, but they must bond quickly, as he must return to Midoriya soon. All Might would extend his hand out, as Venom will go towards All Might, bonding with him, and healing his injuries, and then going back to Midoriya. All Might would check his stomach, being completely healed, as Venom states that he is back to his full prime health. All Might is completely in shock, as he thanks Venom and Midoriya for solving this major problem, as he then says that whenever the time comes, he will pass One For All to them, which makes Venom happy. All Might tells Midoriya that he should head back quickly, since it's a school night, as Midoriya then does so. Venom will transform, and they begin to head back, but while they are leaving, Venom tells Midoriya that he feels different, as Midoriya asks what does he mean, as Venom says that he feels an increase in strength, as he also feels other power brewing inside of him. But Venom just says that it must be because they are hungry. The next day, they would head to school, as the school day plays out until the hero versus villain practice battle. All Might enters the door, feeling much better, as he tells the class to be prepared for today's training. Midoriya feels very happy that All Might is back to normal because of their help. Everyone will be changing into their hero outfit, as Midoriya will put on the one that his mom made for him, and Venom still doesn't really like it, as he says that he can make the suit better, but Midoriya refuses. Then Venom would say that it's only fair, since he's Midoriya's power, as Midoriya then allows him to make a change. Venom will be happy, as currently they're the only student left in the locker room, as he transforms into his true form, but Midoriya shouts that he must turn back now, as Venom just laughs, as he reverses back as Midoriya, but Midoriya feels much better. He feels different, as he goes to a mirror to see that his suit stayed the same, but it's black and white. Venom said that he wanted to keep his suit that his mom made, as he knows how much Midoriya likes it. He just really wanted to add a little unique touch to it, as Midoriya thanked Venom for the upgrade, as they hurry out to catch up to the others. Midoriya would see Uraraka, as she would say that his costume looks cool and sneaky, as Midoriya would compliment her as well, as Venom couldn't but feel a little proud that Midoriya can finally talk back. This pleases the Venom. Ome would explain that today they will be doing a hero versus villain training battle. The team will still be made the same. Midoriya and Uraraka will be planning on how they would approach this, as Midoriya shows a little confidence, saying that they could handle it easy. Uraraka then says that it's probably true since she is paired up with the #1 student in the class, which makes Midoriya blush. The training will begin as they head inside the building, quietly, but then Venom warns Midoriya that they can smell Bakugo, as Bakugo appears around the corner, sending a huge blast to Midoriya's direction, as Midoriya tries his best to protect Uraraka, but then remembers that fire is a weakness of Venom, as he tries to avoid Bakugo with the best of his ability, but then suddenly, a huge burst of ice forms that shields Midoriya and Uraraka from Bakugo, which shocks everyone. Midoriya asks Venom how did he do that, as Venom said it was probably the weird feeling he had last night. He recalls that the old man he bonded with before, bonding with Midoriya, said that his quirk had something to do with ice creation. Midoriya then said that he is probably able to copy quirks, as Venom then explained that kinda. He said that now ice creation is a part of his ability, since whenever he bonds with a host, and that host has any abilities, he instantly copies it to himself, to make it a part of him. With this knowledge, Midoriya realized that Venom must have one for all, but his thought process is cut when Bakugo destroys the ice, screaming at Midoriya, saying how he could have multiple quirks. Venom would help Midoriya as much as he can try his best to dodge a Bakugo. Midoriya says not to go all out on him, since it could kill him, which Venom doesn't want to hold back, but he listens. Venom shoots out his tentacles to wrap around Bakugo and slams him into the ground, and then Uraraka will tie him up, which would count Bakugo out. Midoriya would quickly say to Uraraka that they need to find the bomb, as he begins searching, but Uraraka does ask Midoriya how he was able to create ice, as he said that he has probably inherited both of his parents' quirk, to lie, so he can cover it up. Everyone else who was watching was in complete shock, not knowing how Midoriya has 2 quirks, and even All Might is questioning it. Midoriya tells Venom that they cannot use more of that ice quirk, since it would show some attraction that they don't want their way. Midoriya and Uraraka would find Ida, as Midoriya just wanted to end it off quickly, as he rushes over to Ida, trying to grab him, but he underestimated his speed. Venom says that getting his quirk wouldn't be a bad idea, as Midoriya shouts no. Uraraka will be caught off guard as she gets tied up by Ida. This gets Midoriya a bit upset as he shows more power with him. All Might sees this and gets a little worried, but he still hangs back while the other students were in amazement, saying that Midoriya's costume looks very cool. Ida will begin monologuing, but Midoriya would just leap to him, but while he was starting to leap at him, a little electricity formed around his leg as he quickly got to Ida, as he wrapped Ida around with his tentacles, as he launched him to the wall. Deku is surprised with what just happened with his leg, as well as Venom. Deku and Venom think that there might be another quirk that got activated, and Deku begins to even speculate that it might be one for all. But Ida gets back up as he's surprised that Deku's power, and then he gets serious as he rushes at Deku. Deku gets ready to go and to touch the bomb in order to win, but Ida sees this as he rushes at the bomb and moves it away from Deku, who didn't manage to touch it. Ida still plays his villain persona as he mocks Deku, as he still thinks is appropriate to roleplay as a villain to stay in character with his role. Deku asks Venom if he can bind Ida with his tentacles, but Venom says screw that, as he wanted to get this over with, and quickly shows power as he pushes Ida back and keeps him stuck on the wall. Venom then starts talking trash about Ida, and Deku asks if he's got something against him. And Venom says that since he isn't allowed to eat him, he'll make do by embarrassing him, because for some reason Venom doesn't like Ida, and even if he had a reason, he wouldn't say it. Deku touches the bomb, and the hero team wins. They all head back with the others. Deku, Uraraka, and Ida are all together as they praise Deku for his strength, while Bakugo hangs back, being completely defeated after losing to Deku, with a little to no effort. Deku's given praise by his classmates and All Might, but when Deku's looking around, he sees Todoroki staring him down with an intense look. As Venom says, "Please, let me eat him. I hate the way he's looking at us." Baku would walk to the back, sulking to himself, as Deku would try to speak to him, but Venom tells him not to bother, as Bakugo doesn't seem like a good friend to have. Before the other practice battles begin, Ome pushes Midori aside, asking him and Venom what was that gimmick with the ice creation, as Venom popped out, saying that when he bonds with others, he can copy abilities and form it as his own. All Might's eyes widened as he asked if they have one for all, as Venom said kinda, but not to its fullest extent, saying that they probably only have some of the power behind it. When they head back, Deku's classmates were still talking about how Deku would most likely be the #1 hero, with the quirk and strength he has. The rest of the training exercise would go on the same, as they are all pumped up after watching what Deku could do. The day would end as everyone would pack up, as Deku would see Bakugo leaving rather quickly, as he tries to talk to him, but Venom doesn't allow him to, saying that he shouldn't even bother. Deku tries to fight back, but he gives in saying that Venom is right. Well everyone, that's where we end off part 2 of this My Hero Academia / Marvel What If. We still do plan on continuing it, we're actually working on part 3 right now, and we are planning to finish off season 1 with part 3, and start off with, the beginning of season 2 with the sports festival. It will most likely cover those two, maybe more, but right now, just know that we are working on a part 3, so you probably won't have to wait long for it. Also, I finally pronounced Ida's name right. Yeah, I saw those comments. It said Lita, and it's like, it's stupid. Because it was Ida, but like, I can show you the script right now. It looks like it just says Lita, alright? I should probably just call him like his first name. What was it, like, Tetris? I don't know. But I hope that now y'all won't complain that I spelled this or said his name wrong. But I'm pretty sure y'all complained that I probably said some other name wrong that I wasn't even sure about. But, oh well. But anyways, if you enjoyed, leave a like. Comment down below on any other what ifs that you want to see, any other suggestions, and we'll consider it. But, yeah, that's all I have to say for now. I don't really have much, major announcements to give. If you enjoyed, leave a like. Comment down below on any other what if suggestions that you want us to do. And it could be about any anime. It could even be about combining 2 different types of series together. You could have another character from the MCU or DC, or have another character from another anime that isn't Goku, please. It could be something else. And yeah, that's all I have to say. So thank you all for watching. We'll see you on the next part, and peace.